Hi, I'm Rear Admiral John Kirby, the Navy's Chief of Information. And I just want to thank you all for visiting this page and continuing to have the discussions that we're having here, particularly the one that I'm seeing about leadership, both good and bad. And I think that's a great discussion to have. I think we should all be talking about leadership because it's just intrinsic to everything we do in the United States Navy. Now, I also understand that the bad leadership stories tend to get a little bit more attention. They certainly tend to get a little bit more media attention, and I understand that. But I also think it's important that we spend time talking about good leadership, sound leadership, inspirational leadership, the kind of leadership that makes you want to get up every day and go to work, and to do the kinds of things we need to do for the country and for the American people. That's the part of the conversation I'd like us to focus a little bit more on. So what I'm going to ask you to do here is continue to have this discussion, but share with us those stories that you've had in your life, in your career, where leadership made a real positive difference, either to yourself, your family, or to the unit, or all three. I want to hear those good stories about leaders that are making things better for you and for the United States Navy. So please jump on the page and let us know what those stories are. In fact, I'll start that by telling you a story about me when I was a young officer on a ship. We were coming off some hard times on this ship, and we got a CO who nobody knew. And on day 2, while we were in the middle of an underway replenishment exercise under really rough sea conditions, heavy winds, the ship was bouncing around, and the helmsman stayed on course for 3 hours during this exercise, never made a mistake. And I'll never forget, as soon as we secured from underway replenishment, the CO said loud enough for everybody to hear on the bridge to the XO. He said, "XO, I want that helmsman to get a Navy Achievement Medal, and I want him to have it within the hour." And I'll tell you, not only did it make that helmsman's day, in fact, probably made his year, but it also sent a shock throughout the ship that a new leader was on board, that things were going to be better, were going to be different, that he cared about his crew and how they were doing, and that he wasn't afraid to make a personal example of a good sailor doing good work. It just made all the difference to everybody. I can't tell you the way the mood changed aboard that ship. And it had a huge impact on me. And I've never forgotten that story. I've constantly referred to it as I've gone up through the ranks. And I've always tried to remember that incredible contribution he made to morale, and always tried to replicate it when I could. So anyway, that's my story. What's yours?